Antony joined Manchester United for a staggering €100 million, a jaw-dropping figure for a player who had been plying his trade in the Dutch Eredivisie with Ajax. However, what the Brazilian winger has delivered so far falls short of expectations and the substantial investment. From a goal-scoring perspective, Antony has only managed a handful of goals since his arrival, with statistics showing that he lacks the ability to make a decisive impact in crucial matches. This is particularly glaring when compared to other high-profile signings in a similar price bracket, such as Jack Grealish or Jadon Sancho. In terms of team contribution, Antony's role in assisting teammates has been underwhelming. His limited number of assists and involvement in creating dangerous attacking opportunities highlight a performance level that has not met the standards expected of a top-tier winger in the Premier League. Antony's playing style has also been a subject of controversy. His frequent displays of flashy technical skills might wow spectators, but they often fail to translate into tangible results on the pitch. In a league as fast-paced and result-oriented as the Premier League, these moments of flair can become liabilities, leading to wasted opportunities or dangerous counterattacks. Critics argue that Antony needs to prioritize efficiency and practicality over showmanship. Additionally, his game awareness and passing accuracy remain areas of concern. His tendency to make questionable decisions in key moments disrupts the team's attacking flow, leading to imbalances in their offensive build-up play. For a winger at one of the world's most prestigious clubs, this is a significant shortfall. Some analysts suggest that Antony might find a more suitable fit in a league like La Liga or another competition where the tactical and physical demands are less intense. In such an environment, he could thrive with his individualistic playing style without facing the immense scrutiny and expectations seen at Manchester United. However, at a club like United, where consistency and effectiveness are paramount, Antony has yet to convince both the coaching staff and the fans. Ultimately, after his underwhelming performances at Old Trafford, Antony has failed to justify his €100 million price tag. According to reports from journalist Fabrizio Romano, Antony is set to join Real Betis on loan. Perhaps this move will provide him with the opportunity to rediscover his form and re-establish himself as the player United had hoped for when they signed him. Antony is far from the only case where Manchester United has been left disappointed by a high-price signing delivering underwhelming contributions. Over the past decade, the club has faced a series of transfers that could be considered costly mistakes. Prominent examples include Jadon Sancho, Harry Maguire, Donny van de Beek, Paul Pogba, Fred, and Angel Di Maria. These players arrived at Old Trafford with sky-high expectations, but left behind a trail of frustration and unfulfilled potential. Jadon Sancho signed from Borussia Dortmund for €85 million in the summer of 2021, was anticipated to become a standout star in United's attack. However, after more than 2 seasons, he failed to replicate the scintillating form he displayed in Germany. Sancho's lack of consistency and limited ability to provide game-changing moments made him one of the most heavily criticized figures in United's squad. By the summer of this year, Sancho joined Chelsea on loan, where he has shown flashes of improvement compared to his performances in Manchester. Donny van de Beek joined Manchester United from Ajax in 2020 for €39 million, arriving as a highly sought-after midfielder who had captured Europe's attention. However, since donning the Red Devils shirt, he has struggled to find his place in the squad. Limited playing time and underwhelming performances have turned him into one of the club's most wasteful signings in recent years. Paul Pogba is another striking example. United shelled out €105 million to bring him back from Juventus in 2016, making him the most expensive transfer in the club's history at the time. Despite occasional moments of brilliance, Pogba's inconsistency and unprofessional attitude in the dressing room meant he never lived up to expectations. Ultimately, he left the club on a free transfer in 2022, marking a disappointing end to his tumultuous tenure. Angel Di Maria's story is no different. Signed from Real Madrid in 2014 for €75 million, he began his United career with great promise. However, he quickly faded as he struggled to adapt to the physical demands of the Premier League. After just one season, he moved to PSG, closing the chapter on a brief and unremarkable spell at Old Trafford. Reflecting on these transfers, it's evident that Manchester United has often spent lavishly on players who failed to fit the team's playing style and long-term strategy. Misjudged transfer decisions have not only drained the club's budget, but have also had a profound negative impact on their on-field performance. To prevent such mistakes from recurring, Manchester United's management must adopt a more meticulous and strategic approach to transfers. Evaluations should go beyond a player's reputation and focus on their ability to integrate seamlessly into the team and make meaningful contributions. Since 2015, Manchester United has spent over £1.2 billion on transfers, the largest sum in European football during this period. In the last 9 years, even wealthy clubs like Chelsea, PSG, and crosstown rivals Manchester City cannot match the Red Devils' expenditure. However, since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement in 2013, the club's trophy haul has been underwhelming, turning their lavish spending into a point of shame for supporters. This financial splurge has exposed the weaknesses in United's transfer strategy, marked by poor decision-making and an array of costly mistakes. Co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe is now faced with the daunting task of cleaning up the financial mess left by previous leadership. As the chairman of United's sporting operations, Ratcliffe has implemented a series of cost-cutting measures. Last summer, the club made headlines by announcing the dismissal of over 250 staff members to control its soaring wage bill. In a move that caused a media stir, Ratcliffe also terminated the ambassadorial contract of Sir Alex Ferguson, arguing that the legendary manager's £2 million annual salary was no longer sustainable in the current financial climate. Despite Sir Alex Ferguson expressing understanding and agreeing to the demands made by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the backlash from fans has been relentless. Many have labelled the businessman born in 1952 with unkind terms, such as ungrateful, in response to his austerity measures. Among these were the complete removal of travel expense reimbursements, the cancellation of club-provided meals for staff, and the elimination of annual events for employees. Even with these strict cost-cutting actions, Ratcliffe's efforts have yet to yield significant improvements. Recently, Manchester United announced plans to increase ticket prices for matches at Old Trafford starting next season. Unsurprisingly, this move has sparked intense criticism from fans. Hidden beneath the surface, however, lies a dire narrative. In a letter to the 1958 Group, a long-standing local supporters association, Manchester United's management admitted that the club is facing its worst financial crisis in history. Over the past 3 years, the Red Devils have recorded losses exceeding £300 million, much of it attributed to poor transfer decisions. The club's leadership explained that the ticket price hike is essential to restoring cash flow and avoiding non-compliance with financial fair play (FFP) regulations, which could severely impact the team's ability to compete. This is not a sustainable approach, the club stated. If we fail to act now, we risk severe consequences for our competitiveness on the pitch. They emphasized the necessity of returning to a positive cash position, even if it requires difficult decisions. Selling players has emerged as a serious consideration. Ratcliffe is reportedly exploring the option of offloading high-value talent to generate much-needed revenue and avert penalties from both the Premier League and UEFA. Alarmingly, this could include young stars with immense potential such as Alejandro Garnacho and Kobbie Mainoo, who might be forced to leave in the near future. The controversial transfer of Antony has become yet another glaring example of Manchester United's questionable transfer dealings under their leadership. As the scrutiny intensifies, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is now tasked with untangling a web of mismanagement left behind by his predecessors. The Ineos chairman, after acquiring a 25% stake in Manchester United, openly admitted that the club's revival would take 2 to 3 years. However, with a mountain of unresolved issues waiting for him, the billionaire born in 1952 may need to reconsider his optimistic timeline. Manchester United finds itself trapped in a vortex of crises, from tactical failures to backroom disarray. Sporting Lisbon manager Ruben Amorim boldly declared, "This is the worst Manchester United in history." The Portuguese coach's harsh assessment rings true, not only in the context of the team's uninspiring performances, but also when considering the systemic chaos engulfing the club behind the scenes. As the struggles on the pitch mirror the turmoil in management, it's becoming increasingly evident that the challenges facing Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his team will require more than just time. They'll need bold decisions and transformative leadership to navigate Manchester United out of its darkest hour. Thank you for watching the video until the end. If you found the information and stories we shared interesting, don't forget to like out and subscribe, so you won't miss any future videos. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you and appreciate your support. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.